Even though big titles like Crimson Desert and Resident Evil dropped earlier this year, April 2026 is quietly stacked, and I mean stacked. There are games on this list that you probably haven't heard of yet, but the moment you see them, you'll know you have to play them. Let's get into it. Pragmata. Capcom's new IP that was announced back in 2020 and got delayed more times than I can count. It's finally here, and honestly, the wait might actually be worth it. In this near-future sci-fi action game, you control astronaut Hugh and android girl Diana simultaneously aboard a lunar research station after Hugh gets separated from his crew. Hugh handles the firepower, while Diana hacks enemy bot armor, disabling them and opening new paths forward. That dual mechanic pushes combat into territory that demands both quick reflexes and actual thinking. RE Engine does what it always does. The visuals are stunning, and the game runs beautifully. I played the sketchbook demo myself on a mid-range setup, and it was completely smooth. The community feedback on that demo has been overwhelmingly positive, so if you haven't tried it yet, it's still up on Steam. No question, this is April's biggest release. Launches April 17th. Samson, a Tindleston story. The founder of the Just Cause series, Christopher Sundberg, spent 6 years building something new with his studio Liquid Swords, and for a $25 indie, this thing looks genuinely impressive. It's got that GTA-style open-world DNA, and it's honestly one of my personal favorites on this list. You play as Samson McRae, a guy who returns to his hometown of Tindleston broke and in debt after a job goes badly wrong. The city pulls from 1990s Northeast American urban aesthetics, grimy, unfair, and threatening at every corner. Combat is deliberate and heavy. Tim parries, environmental weapons, weighty punches, reflexive button mashing gets you killed here. Car chases carry that same grounded physical feel. And there's a daily action point system. The job you take locks you in, no takebacks. If you want something tight and focused rather than a bloated open world, Samson is built exactly for that. Out April 8th. And if you're enjoying this kind of content, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. Let's keep going. Replaced. This is genuinely one of my most anticipated games on the entire list. Sad Cat Studios has been building this since 2018, and when it first appeared at the Xbox Showcase in 2021, everyone stopped scrolling. The visual style alone was enough to make jaws drop. Then the delays came. Years passed, but April 14th, it's finally here. Set in an alternate 1980s America, devastated by nuclear catastrophe, an AI created by the mega-corporation Phoenix Corporation has been trapped inside a human body. That body is you. Your designation is REACH, and you're trying to uncover the truth while staying alive in a city drowning in corruption. The gameplay is 2.5D action platformer melee, ranged abilities, stealth, cinematic finishers, all working together. The visuals are some of the most striking this year. Pixel art meets modern dynamic lighting in a way that genuinely looks cinematic. It's on Game Pass day one too. I'm buying it the moment it drops. Are you? Invincible vs. I don't know if your first reaction to this is curiosity or hype, but if you've watched the Invincible show or read the comics, it's probably the second one. This game takes Robert Kirkman's universe and drops it into a 3v3 tag team fighter where you build a squad from the series' iconic characters and go to war. The development team includes people who worked on Killer Instinct 2013. That alone tells you this isn't a cash grab. The gameplay footage proves it. Combos feel fluid. Every character has a genuinely distinct fighting identity, and matches stay fast from start to finish. On top of that, there's a story mode developed in collaboration with the show's actual writers, so it goes well beyond fan service. Local and online multiplayer both included. This one closes out April strong, drops April 30th. Will. Follow the Light. This game could easily get buried in April's noise, and that's exactly why I'm putting it on this list. Developed by Tomorrowhead using Unreal Engine 5, it has the kind of atmosphere and storytelling that tends to stick with you long after you've finished. You step into the life of Will, a lighthouse keeper, and piece together his story through that journey. Based on what we've seen, it's going to hit emotionally in ways you don't expect. The fact that it drops on April 28th, right at the end of a packed month, makes it easy to overlook. Don't let that happen. The Occultist. I'll be honest, I went back and forth on whether to include this one, because it's genuinely not for everyone. You play as Alan Rebels, a paranormal investigator, who travels to the abandoned Godstone Island, where his father mysteriously disappeared years ago. The island hides far more than it shows. The atmosphere is heavy and suffocating. The game gives you almost no exposition up front, and that's intentional. It's built around investigation, gathering evidence, reading environments, connecting threads. No real action here, just slow tension and deliberate discovery. If you love Lovecraftian horror crossed with detective gameplay, nothing else on this list touches that combination. Tides of Tomorrow, from DigixArt and THQ Nordic, and this one has an idea I haven't seen executed quite like this before. On the surface, it looks like a first-person adventure, but the real mechanic goes somewhere different. Every decision you make in your playthrough directly affects another player's world. Even if you play completely solo, the traces left by a previous Tidewalker shape what you'll encounter. You travel to communities built on floating platforms above a submerged planet, build faction relationships, and make choices choices that shift the story's direction. That asynchronous connection is both innovative and risky. If it lands, it adds something genuinely new to narrative games. Visually, it's colorful and bright, which is a striking contrast for a post-apocalyptic setting. April 22nd. Darwin's Paradox. The first big surprise of April comes from the least expected direction. Konami and French indie studio ZDT team up for a game where you play as Darwin, an octopus trying to get back to the ocean. Stranded in a mysterious industrial complex, Darwin's natural abilities drive everything. Camouflage to sneak past enemies, suction cup arms to scale surfaces, ink blasts to create distractions. The puzzle platformer structure is clever and consistent. Each level spotlights a different skill. The art style is clearly inspired by high-budget animated films, and it shows. Konami also hit a Metal Gear Solid Snake costume in the demo, which is exactly the kind of detail that tells you the team genuinely cares. Most fun game of the month. Easy. April 2nd. Masters of Albion. Peter Molyneux, Populous, Dungeon Keeper, Black and White, Fable. He's back, and he brought the old team with him. People who worked on Fable and Black and White alongside him. Masters of Albion is a god simulation set in a world where magic has returned to modern-day Albion. Strategy, city building, tower defense, simulation, all layered together. PC only, priced well below AAA. Yes, Molyneux has overpromised before, that's documented. But the team's combined pedigree and the clear ambition to actually do something new with the god game genre makes this worth watching. It's been a long time since anything real came to this space. Strategy fans, this is your April. April 22nd. NTE, Neverness to Everness. From the studio behind Tower of Fantasy comes something bigger and stranger. In the city of Hetero, paranormal anomalies are tearing through everyday life, and you're the one sent to contain them. Open-world action RPG with 4-character team combat, a skill chain mechanic called the Esper Cycle, and a full crime system. Commit crimes, raise your wanted level, get chased by cops, get arrested, and try to escape. The last beta built out the vehicle system and crime loop significantly based on player feedback. Built on Unreal Engine 5.7 and free to play. If this genre is your thing, this might be April's longest-running experience. April 29th. He-Man Dragon Pearl of Destruction. Bitman Bureau and Mattel bring He-Man back as a classic arcade brawler. Skeletor has the Dragon Pearl of Destruction and wants Eternia in the dark. You play as He-Man, Teela, and Man-at-Arms across 12 stages from the Royal Palace to Snake Mountain, each with their own playstyle. Battlecat. 2-player local co-op. Handcrafted pixel art that genuinely captures the 80s cartoon energy. If you grew up with this series or just love retro brawlers, this is April's hidden gem. April 28th. Cthulhu, The Cosmic Abyss. Big Bad Wolf goes full Lovecraft. It's 2053. The world's resources are failing, and corporations are drilling into the deep ocean, predictably waking up something they shouldn't. You're Noah, an agent of the secret Interpol unit Ancile, descending into Ralia's labyrinthine underwater city to find missing miners. First-person AI companion Key assists you. Multiple solutions exist for every puzzle, and a corruption meter tracks how far Noah's mind is slipping, shaping your ending. Atmosphere first, investigation-driven, no action. If you want to actually feel Lovecraftian dread rather than just fight monsters, this is the one. inKONBINI, one store, many stories, the most quietly beautiful game of the month. You're a college student helping your aunt run a small convenience store in early 90s rural Japan. Stocking shelves and managing inventory is just the surface. The real game is in the customers. Every person who walks through the door has a branching story, and your choices affect their lives. ASMR ambient sound design, warm retro visuals, completely unhurried pacing. The demo was one of Steam's most watched in 20. If you're burned out and need something that just feels good, Nissan closes with this. Saros. Housemarque cracked something open with Returnal. Saros steps through that door with more confidence. You play as Soltari enforcer Arjun Devraj, voiced and motion captured by Rahul Kohli from Midnight Mass, hunting a lost colony on the planet Carcosa. The key difference from Returnal: death doesn't erase your gear. Weapons and upgrades carry over, and between runs you upgrade your loadout at the passage hub. The Soltari shield absorbs enemy fire and converts it to weapon energy. Perfect timing parries let you reflect certain projectiles back. Each run sits around 20 to 30 minutes. PS5 Pro gets additional visual enhancements. This is Sony's late April statement piece. April 30th. Aphelion. Dontnod's most action-heavy and biggest budget project yet. It's 2060. Earth is uninhabitable, and a ninth planet called Persephone has just been discovered. 2 ESA astronauts, Ariane and Thomas, are sent there. The ship crashes. They're separated. You alternate between both characters. Ariane gets climbing, a grappling hook, and stealth. Thomas gets environmental research and analysis. Referenced inspirations are Interstellar and Alien Isolation, which tells you exactly what the tone is going for. Built with real ESA scientific collaboration. On Game Pass Day 1, April 28th. Outbound. One last thing before April ends, Squareglade Games' Outbound has over 1.2 million Steam wishlists. Rare for an indie, you start with an empty camper van in a near-future utopia. Gather materials, expand the van modularly, furnish it, build a rooftop garden, generate power from solar, wind or water, solo or 4-player online co-op, each person taking different roles. Survival games usually run on pressure and danger. Outbound runs on the opposite. Your pace, your road, your home. About $25. The perfect way to close out a packed month. April 23rd. Vampire Crawlers, the Turbo Wildcard. Vampire Survivors practically started a genre on its own in 2022. Ponko's spin-off takes the same universe and flips it completely. First-person, card-based dungeon crawler, no auto-firing. You play cards to attack and build stats, each with a mana cost. The Turbo Turn mechanic lets you queue actions before animations finish. Crank up the game speed and the system fires off entire card chains in sequence. The Steam Next Fest demo hit 358k downloads and 420k plus wishlists. Co-developed by Ponko and Nosebleed Interactive, $10. If you know Vampire Survivors, you already know you're playing this. April 21st.